I'm about to give you the secret formula for happiness. Not a quote, not motivation, a structure that actually works. But if I just handed it to you now, it wouldn't stick. So first, you need to understand why most people never find it. Most people think happiness is something you stumble into, that one day life will calm down, problems will disappear, and everything will finally feel right. That belief quietly keeps them miserable, because life doesn't wait for you to be ready, and peace doesn't arrive on a schedule. Here's the truth. Happiness is not found, it is built, and it follows rules. The formula only works when pressure is applied. That's why some people break when life gets hard, and others become calm. Same storms, different training. Now let's open the formula. The first part is control. Not control over life. That's a trap. Control over yourself. Most suffering comes from fighting things you were never meant to command. Other people, outcomes, timing, the past, the future. The Stoics had a word for what actually belongs to you. Your judgments, your actions, your responses. The moment you stop trying to manage the world and start managing your reactions, your thoughts, your behavior under stress, your mind gets quieter. That silence is not weakness, it's accuracy. Now the second part, meaning. People don't collapse because life is difficult. They collapse because it feels pointless. Comfort makes life pleasant, but it doesn't hold you together. Meaning does. Here's something strange. People with heavy responsibility often report deeper fulfillment than people with endless freedom. Why? Because responsibility gives suffering a direction. When pain has direction, it doesn't feel like punishment. It feels like progress. The Stoics called a good life eudaimonia, a life flowing in the right direction. Not excitement, not ease, alignment. Now the third part of the formula, attention. Your life feels exactly the way your attention is trained. Two people can live the same day. Same problems, same losses, same pressure. One feels overwhelmed, the other feels steady. The difference is not personality, it's focus. Whatever you stare at grows louder. Fear, gratitude, resentment, calm. This is where gratitude stops being soft and becomes disciplined. Gratitude on good days feels pleasant. Gratitude on bad days changes who you are. When life feels heavy, naming what still exists becomes an act of strength. Breath, awareness, another chance to respond better than yesterday. That habit anchors you when emotions try to pull you under. Now let me give you something most people have never tried. A mental experiment. Imagine two people lose the same thing. Same job, same relationship, same status. One says, "This ruined me." The other says, "This stripped me down." Same loss, different meaning. One collapses, the other rebuilds stronger. Loss does not decide your future. Interpretation does. That leads us to presence. Pain has a voice, and it lies. It tells you joy is gone forever, that nothing good remains. That's false. Even in hard seasons, small stabilizing moments still exist. Warmth, silence, stillness, relief. Most people miss them because their minds live everywhere except where their body is. Anxiety lives in imagined futures. Regret lives in the past. Peace lives here. Presence brings it back. Now we reach the part most people resist. Suffering. Suffering is not the enemy of happiness. Avoiding strength is. Every life contains hardship. The only difference is whether it sharpens you or shatters you. The Stoics asked a better question than most people ever do. Not, "Why is this happening to me?" but "What virtue is this demanding from me?" Patience, courage, discipline, humility. That question turns chaos into training. Psychology later named this post-traumatic growth. The Stoics already knew it. Comfort weakens what discipline strengthens. Happiness is not feeling good every day. It's knowing you can handle bad ones. Now let's talk about something people rarely admit. Self-respect. Most people aren't unhappy because life is terrible. They're unhappy because they don't trust themselves. They say they'll do something, and don't. They know what's right, and avoid it. That fracture creates anxiety. When your actions align with the person you respect, calm follows naturally. When they don't, tension appears immediately. Peace is not a mystery. It's integrity felt internally. Now that you understand each piece clearly, here is the formula exactly as it is. Happiness equals control of self, meaning and responsibility, trained attention, disciplined gratitude, presence under pressure, and strength forged through hardship. In other words, happiness is knowing how to stay in charge of yourself when life tries to knock you off balance. It's having something meaningful to carry, so pain doesn't feel pointless. It's training your mind to focus on what helps you instead of what hurts you. It's choosing gratitude, especially on the days you don't feel like it. It's staying grounded in the moment instead of being dragged around by fear of the future or regret about the past. And it's becoming strong enough through hardship that problems no longer scare you. That's what real happiness looks like. Not excitement, not comfort, not perfect circumstances. It's calm under pressure, confidence in yourself, and the quiet knowledge that no matter what happens, you can handle it. That's the secret. The Stoics called the result ataraxia, an unshakable inner calm. Not because life is safe, but because you are ready. So train daily. Train your responses. Train your focus. Train your discipline. Train your courage. Because when the storm comes, you won't panic. You won't collapse. You'll stand. Subscribe to Ascend X Awaken